In this video we will see how to make a fishtail setting. So a fishtail setting, the gems will be more inside. So the first thing we'll have to do is to add some gems, okay, and distribute that. So I will put 1.5 millimeter here, okay. So more or less you can see that you let some space outside here, the size of the ring itself. And now I would like to add a distribution to that. So maybe what I will do, I will just add the same gem but with let's say ruby, like this. We will have some color and it will be easier to follow and to see what we do. So first of all, we will need to organize a little better this. So I will put a new collection and I will call it gems. And I will put a new collection and I will call it here cutter. Okay, and I will duplicate this collection 2 times because we would like to have 3 collections with cutters inside. Okay, we will need 3 kinds of cutters. First of all, we will make a distribution. So this round I will put it in gems, and this round I will distribute it on curve with this, the size. So let's just distribute that. What I did is wrong. What's happening? The size, the round, distribute on curve here. Sorry, not this one, this one. And here I just manage the tilt with -90 usually. Yeah, and we will manage the offset. So the offset for this technique has to be like that. You see, you have to manage the outside of the gem just a little outside the ring, like this. In French it's the 30, it means setting, descendu, so it means under. And yeah, so that's the name of the, and that's why it's inside. You see, it's under the design. So like this, and yeah, it should be good. Maybe a little less. Yeah, just like that, just the big face here outside, and we have something good, I would say. So now I would like to increase the quantity, and the quantity has to be something near like this to have yeah, 34 should be okay. So you need to have maybe, let's see, a little less, 32, 31. I like 32. Yeah, 32 might be enough. And yeah, like this we will have something that is symmetrical, and we are good for that. Okay, so we need to have a little space between each gems, like that. Now we have our gems and we will need the next cutters. So for this next operation we will use micro prong cutters, and I will do that just like this. So first of all, the orientation of it will not be good at first, so I will play with the tilt as usual. It might be 90 or -90. It's -90 as usual, actually. So that's perfect. For the big ones here, the big cutters, I think they are okay, more or less. So you see it's the side here. So you can play with the within, with the length, but more or less it has to be almost the size of the big face of the gem. So it's more or less okay, I would say. Maybe a little more, but not that much. Something like that, let's say. For the betweens here, they are not well placed, so we have to play with the offset here and the size of it. So I will go in front view just to see how it looks. So we need to have the end of the arrow here. You see, I would like to put it inside like that. and maybe a little bigger like this. So the within of the between has to be a little bigger like that. Good, and now we have something good. Perfect, so we have the first cutters. So what I will do, I will just select the cutters with Shift L and select by materials, and now I put it in the cutters one like this. I can separate it and we have everything down. Now I select my gems again and we'll put everything with the second cutters. The second cutters, we know already how it works. Select by thread size, and now we have here the classical cutters here. We can play to add a hole but a little bit less big, so maybe the size of it like that. Okay, the bottom doesn't have to be that big. Yeah, maybe something like this might be enough. Okay, so we have now the possibility to save a little more material even. Now I select all of it with Shift L, okay, by material, and put it now into the second cutter collection here. Good, so now we have cutter 001 and I can close it. For the last cutter, it will be here. We will need another elliptic ring. Okay, you can play with the same one actually and duplicate it. So I will put Shift D and put it into cutter 002. So this one will be a cutter ring like that. So this cutter ring has to be with a size totally, it has to be totally round. So with SY you need to have something almost round like this. Okay, I think it's not bad, and it has to have more or less the size that is outside, so it looks good like this. And then after with GZ you can manage the height of it and put it outside or inside the ring. So somewhere around here should be okay. And this will be our last cutter. So just be sure that the stretch is still good and that this you don't touch it because you want it a little outside of it. So we will see that after if it works well. So I will put this inside the last cutter and I will make a last here collection that I will call final ring. Perfect. If I want to keep my cutters in case, I can, and that's what we will do. First of all, we will make the first cutters here. So there's ones here, okay? But we remember that before that we want to make something clean and to have an elliptic ring that is totally real volume without any doubles or whatever. So what we will do, we will duplicate that, put it into the final ring with M. You can put it in the final ring here and you can call it final ring. This final ring, we will have to apply the modifier. You can apply all modifiers here if you need. And then after you select everything and with Q, you remove by distance. So if the distance is not big enough, it seems that it will not remove anything. So you can increase the distance and you can see that it did remove 52. It seems that it's okay now. Let's select this one. It looks good. It's okay. So yeah, it seems that we have only one loop here and that is perfect. Verify that you don't have any face here. So we don't have any faces. And now we have something good. Now in edit mode, we make Shift N to be sure. And with Q, with nothing selected, we will select the non-manifold and it seems that there is nothing, so everything is good for making the Boolean operations that we will make. We will make 3 Boolean operations here. We will make 1 Boolean operations with this, 1 with this, and 1 with this. And it will create the perfect ring. So let's go for the final ring here. To keep the cutters, if you need, you can select oil by thread, for example, with Shift L, okay, by material here. And what you can do now is to make Shift D, put it into the final ring, okay, and with M, and now hide the cutters here, and you can just manage it like that, Control Shift minus, and have a look into the results when it's finished. Okay, so verify well if everything is done well, and between each operations I recommend you to go there and to remove the doubles again with M by distance. It seems it did remove a lot actually, so I hope it will be okay. It seems that it's okay. And with M, with Shift N as well, okay, and with everything not selected, you can make a non-manifold just to see if there is something here. It seems everything is okay now, it's cleaned. So I can go there and continue now and select the cutters. So the second cutter, so I will select all by thread with Shift L, select link, sorry, not all by thread, by materials, and I make a Shift D like this. I keep them the originals, and M into final ring like this. I can hide that one, and I can just make Control Shift minus. I wait a little, and you can see that now we have this kind of design. So it can be very good, like here. If you watch it now with gems, you can see that it will fit perfectly inside. And the goal will be to have only some hooks here, you see, and we will remove this part here in the middle. So that's why we will use the last cutter, this one. And before I use it, we will just verify everything again. Between each operations, verify everything again. So select everything, make Q by distance, okay, it did remove a lot again, as you can see. Make a Shift N and make again the Alt A Q non-manifold here. It seems we have nothing, so it's perfect. And now we are ready to go with the last operation. And now we can select here the last cutter, duplicate it again, Shift D. You can see that this cutter has a problem because it's a with modifier and it's not prepared well. So we'll focus on this one first. Okay, so let's duplicate that, put it in the final ring, okay, and we will play with that now. So this one has to be without any modifier, so we can apply it. And then we select everything. We make always the same operations between Boolean operations. Whatever the objects, if they are the cutters or if they are the objects that will be cutted, we have to make and clean everything to be sure that it will work well, or it might create problems that you cannot resolve after. So what I have to do here, I have to make Q by distance, okay, it should remove 52 vertices in here, so it's good. Then we make Q recalculate outside, and with nothing selected, we just verify everything with Q non-manifold. If there is 0, if that is good. Now we can see almost here the hooks that it will create here to keep the gems here. So I can select this one and that one and make Control Shift minus. And look at this. We have the perfect alignment. We have the holes inside, and everything is ready to receive the gems now. And if I add the gems, look at that, what we have so it will fit perfectly inside the ring. Okay, so this is the technique. Maybe I did put a little too much material. I did remove too much material with the last Boolean operation. So I would say that this one has to be a little less big, so we can still manage it with without the modifier. So we can play with S, for example, to put it outside, a little more outside. So S will give you something bigger, okay? So I would like to be sure that here, yeah, to keep this part a little. So it will be S like this, and Alt S to manage the thickness of it, okay? So what we want is to have a little of this hook here that will keep well the gems inside, okay? And Alt S again, maybe a little less, yeah, something like that. You see, you have to keep this V here to have something good. So now I can make the Boolean operation, Control Shift minus. Good. As you can see, we have this part that we didn't have before. That is important to keep the stability of the gems. And now we can put back the gems and it will fit perfectly. As you can see, you have already the hook that is ready to take the gem. So the name of fishtail is because of this. It has a kind of fishtail here, shape. Okay, so that's it for the fishtail setting. It's not something that you make often, this one, but it can be useful to have the possibility to make it. When it's finished, you select your final ring, you make a right click and make a shade auto smooth like this. It will be with a better visualization, and now you have everything that is ready to print and to calculate the weighting, for example, or to make a design report. So in the next video we will have a look on the object menu tools, the one that is here. So we'll not see everything, but at least a few to give you some examples. And yeah, see you in the next video.